Off episode 5, where we left off at episode 4. She grew and grew, and here she was, 2 years old and a real beauty. However, he was now having trouble providing hay and oats for her, because his father had bought a team of draft horses and needed all the feed he could produce on his land for them and the cows and sheep. He was already buying feed for the mare, as they had named her, for the simple reason that no other seemed to fit the tiny, thin creature in the beginning, and the name had stuck. He was not worried about summer. There was lots of grass for her, but winter was another matter. Now he had a solution to both problems. I will exchange her for the 50 acres of land. He began to use the currycomb on her neck, with his left hand gently combing the loose hair from her. She was losing her winter coat quickly, and as he combed and then brushed the clumps of hair away, her summer coat emerged shiny and soft as silk. He kept this up until he had currycombed her body completely, removing all of the shedding hair. It fell in clumps on the straw that acted as a soft bed on the log floor that had been made flat for the animal's hooves. Finally, he ran the currycomb through her long black tail. He slapped her gently on the rump. "There you are, girl. Now I will get some fresh straw for your bedding after I feed and water you." He left the stall and put the currycomb and the brush back on their nail hooks. The mare looked back at him and bobbed her head, jingling her halter rings. He turned from the wall and looked at her and at the big gray team of Belgians. They stood quietly, huge heads hanging in sleep. He looked at the mare. How different in build she is compared to the draft horses, he thought. Her legs are slim and long, her body nicely filled out, but not chunky or heavy like the grays, but slim and long, with a nicely bowed neck. She will produce some fine foals. He thought of the 50 acres and wished he had the money instead of having to part with her. But he did not have money, and there was the problem of feed when winter came. As he went to the straw mow to get fresh straw, he pushed the desire to keep her out of his mind and thought only of the land waiting to be his. He knew that David would not pass up the chance to own the mare, even at the price of equal value exchange, and the fact that he had once owned her but was planning on destroying her rather than let her die from starvation. With his arms full of straw, he returned to the stable. After removing the straw that was now chopped up by her hooves with a shovel, he spread the fresh straw so that it covered the floor completely. He patted her neck and let her nibble at his fingers and hand, then left her and walked slowly to the house.